Good morning, everybody. Welcome to A Love Awakening's daily energy forecast. I'm Matthew, and welcome this morning. Hope you all are doing fantastic. I love the responses that I'm getting. Love some of the questions that we're receiving as far as what you all want to see and what you all want to get from A Love Awakening. So thank you for those. Keep them coming. It's awesome to be with you this morning. Now, I have to apologize. I'm kind of having a bad hair day, so you're going to get the ball cap look this morning. So I hope you all don't mind. I don't think that's going to affect the reading at all. So let's go ahead and get started with the forecast and see what's going on today. Okay. The first and foremost, that what's coming up is this is a mastery day. So if you're really good at something and you have a talent or you have just a proficiency in something, make sure that you're focusing on that today, especially this morning. So, if you are, an artist, make sure that you're taking and doing something in your craft to, just be a little bit more creative and master it even more. Your talents are a gift. So use those gifts today in the morning. Because the master staff, that's the card that comes up is the master staff, is the card that pushes you towards being better. And only you can do that. Only you can push yourself to be better. People can encourage you, but they can't live the life for you. So, they can encourage you. But the master staff is one of those ones from that internal fortitude. So if you have gifts that you have, encourage them this morning. Okay, you might want to look at like what other gifts you have that you haven't been encouraging, and take it from there. So kind of keep going. So that's the kind of energy that's starting off this morning is looking internal at what you're good at and what you have the ability to do. Again, this is kind of coming up from yesterday as well, is taking part in this journey. We all have a path and we all have this journey that we're taking. A lot of times when I'm teaching classes, I have the students ask me, well, how do I know that I'm on the right path? How do I know that I am taking the steps to where I need to go inside of my life, that I'm on the right path? And that's always one of those interesting questions because I really don't necessarily have the advice for them. But one of my guides said this one time, and I give this advice out now every time someone asks me, am I on the right path? She said, if you ask the question, am I on the right path? You're on the right path. Because someone who doesn't have a path, someone who is not looking to go forward on their path, is not going to ask the question, am I on my path? So if you're thinking about that, taking part in this journey, you're on your path. So continue just one foot in front of the other, keep going, keep manifesting, keep developing yourself, developing your talents and your abilities, and just keep going. So good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Make sure that you're hitting the like button, and just filling in some comments and things like that. These are live, but we do show them throughout the day. So those people that are tuning in, after this is live, we welcome you too as well. So thanks so much for coming and joining us. Okay. Today is also a day of completion, going into the noon hour, just before lunchtime. Completion. So if you have some tasks that kind of lingering on from yesterday, make sure that you're taking and kind of getting those checked off. You want to make sure that you have a clean slate going into this afternoon. So completing those tasks and just taking and wiping the slate clean so you can start new. The energy for around the noontime, is about creation. It's about creating those new tasks or those new goals that you want to maintain. And remember, our goal is specific and measurable. So be very specific with what you want, okay? But also with goal setting, be specific with what you don't want, okay? Because we don't want to create anything that is like kind of in the chaos, that will bring more work to us. We want to make sure that our goals are specific and they are measurable. So going into the noon hour, make sure that you are taking and you're writing your goals down, okay? And then reevaluate them. Reevaluate, is this a goal that I really want to achieve, or is it just something that is like kind of out there, just like, I can do that, but sure, we all have things that we need to do, like I need to do the dishes or I need to do laundry, okay? Those are just kind of givens, okay? But they are specific and measurable, okay? But that might not necessarily be forwarding your day right now. So, just make sure that you're writing down your goals going into the noon hour. So we have, you're gonna have kind of something to go with. I'm a list guy. I love lists. I mean, if I can put a list together, I can go down through and check it off. But I find that I have a lot of little miscellaneous things that, that get on that list. So it's okay to prioritize your list, put the goals that you have, for the day up front, okay? And then just move the ones that are not really necessary down to the bottom, and make sure that those get done as well, but it's not as much higher priority, okay? The energy around lunch today, again, today is about energy of of your gifts, okay? So also the throat chakra card is now coming up, and it's now talking about talking. It's talking about communicating what you love. It's communicating what your gifts are. It's communicating what you are about inside of this life. So you are taking part in this journey. Well, who are you sharing that with? Okay? You never know who you're going to come across that is going to say, oh my gosh, you're doing exactly what I want to do. You are doing exactly what I foresee myself doing. Thank you so much for that. And you might not have realized that you've actually given them their inspiration. So taking part in the journey and communicating what your journey is very, very important today. Okay? So not only are you looking at your gifts, not only are you looking at going forward on your path, but also speaking about your gifts, speaking about yourself. Okay? So take that on in a very, very big way today, because the throat chakra, when you open up the throat chakra, that's where manifestation happens. That's where, your gifts shine. So make sure that you're opening up today, that you're talking, you're speaking, you're connecting with people. Make sure that energy is open today, okay? You might need to do some clearing, inside of the chakra, the throat chakra, and so on and so forth. So make sure that you're doing that today as well. I'll say good morning. I just want to shout out to everybody. Okay, so kind of going into this afternoon. Now, I love this card. This next card that came up is the Trinity, okay? And when the Trinity comes up inside of a reading, that means that you're at the perfect place at the perfect time doing the perfect thing, okay? So the energy that's moving into this afternoon is you can do anything. Like, all the possibilities are there for you to have exactly what you want. And so I think that that's kind of building off of the energy from this morning about your list and making sure that you have goals set, that going into the afternoon is really the time that things are going to start manifesting inside of your life. So, the Trinity is, has that energy of everything coming together, I just read an article that was interesting. It's talking about goals and setting goals and making sure that you have a focus. And they kind of took a piece of paper and divided it into 4 squares, okay? And each one of those 4 squares is, like goals for the day. Like, one goal could be like your spiritual goals. One goal could be your physical goals. One, could be your career goals. And then from there, you take and put down your goals from each one of those sections. Now, this third or this fourth portion down here on this little quadrant is what they call the devil's vortex. Okay, if it does not fit inside of one of those other 3 categories that you list, it's one of those things that really shouldn't have your like the majority of your attention. So that devil's vortex, that's where we put those things that aren't necessary, for the day. But this is a way to really, really get focused on what you are doing and what your goals are and what is going to be fulfilling inside of your life. So inside of spiritual, inside of physical, inside of your workplace, you know exactly what you have to get accomplished. The devil's vortex, those are things that we shouldn't be focusing on too heavily because we want to put everything inside of those other quadrants, okay? So the nice thing about the Trinity is that gives us a frame set or a mindset of doing the things that are going to forward us in life, that are going to forward us in our journey, that are going to forward us into manifesting what we want to have inside of this life. So going into this afternoon, that's a huge energy. That's a huge energy, okay? This afternoon is a time of beginnings. So if you're setting goals to have something inside of your life, just understand that it's probably going to show up this afternoon, or something of the nature is going to show up this afternoon. Like, look out for the little messages, the little words of wisdom, because those are little guideposts, those are little signposts in our life that, guess what, it's on the way. So those little beginnings, okay, are going to start showing up this afternoon. Okay, if you've been like believing and manifesting something inside of your life, you'll probably see like a little neon sign this afternoon that says, "Hey, guess what? You know, it's coming. It's there. It's there. You've created this, so watch out. It's going to be coming." Okay, so those nice little beginnings are going to happen like this afternoon. Now, let's look at going into the evening. Now, I really like these cards because they really do look at the energy around certain situations and the energy around what we're doing. So anytime a gateway card comes up, and these are, I love these cards. This is the form and function card. Form and function means don't get caught up in the emotional attachment that you have to things. So if something is not going right, a lot of times we have this reaction, this knee-jerk reaction, that we want to react a certain way, that we're going to be jealous, or we're going to, think, oh my God, I did something wrong, so we're going to have that emotional response to it. Well, this card, since it's a gateway card, you're going to go through this. Everybody goes through this. Everybody has that emotional response to if something happens. But this card says that in order to get through this, you're going to be able to step back. You're going to be able to look at the situation, not from an emotional point of view, but what it actually represents, the form and the function of that reaction, the form and the function of what is happening inside of your life. So this afternoon, the evening, if things come up, try not to react as you would react like emotionally. Say, okay, wait a second, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Detach yourself emotionally and look at it for the form and function. Why is it there? Why is it showing up now? What did I put into place to have this show up right now? Okay? And the gateway cards are always something that we have to go through. It's not that we're standing at the door and we're going, okay, what do we do now? Okay, it's not that at all. It's we have to step through this. So into tonight, looking at the forms and functions. Okay, if things are hitting you the right way today, okay, be sure to make a comment, or and let us know that what we're saying here is like fitting. I have gotten a lot of comments from the past couple broadcasts that, oh my gosh, this hit me exactly as it needed to. It's exactly what I needed to hear, and I love hearing those comments. Okay. And I love hearing comments if something's not there, if it's missing and you want to hear something that is in a specific topic, let me know. Okay, we are all about trying to get this information out there, so we enjoy having all of you here with us today. We appreciate it. Okay, the evening. We have had all of the being the masters of our talents and setting goals and talking about those goals. Tonight, it's about reflection. It's about inner reflection. It's about who we are here, inside. It's not about physical appearance. It's not about what goals you've accomplished. It's about how you're feeling and what's going on inside of you right now. Okay. So this evening, as the energy is changing, make sure that you're looking at, do you have turmoil? Do you have things that are churning inside of you that just aren't working for your energy? Okay. One of the biggest deterrents of manifesting is your emotional state, the state that you're in. When you are manifesting, a lot of work has to be done inside of the shadow. It has to be done inside what's going on right here. What's going on right here? And being honest about it. And I think that that's the reason why the form and function card has come up, is because transitioning into the evening, we really need to look at where we're placing ourselves and where we're placing our energy. If we are concerned and if we are unhappy and we need to take responsibility and do something about it. We can, because we have the power to do that. So tonight, going into tonight, make sure that we're doing a lot of introspection and sitting down, doing our meditation, doing our shadow work, journaling. Journaling is a great way to take it from up here where it's churning around and putting it down on a piece of paper. I like to do that and then go back and reevaluate it. Evaluate, well, why was I thinking that way? Why was that happening, and why was I reacting that way to whatever situation I was in? So take that on tonight. Also, some of the energies. For the past couple days, the complexity card has been coming up. So we're going through some very, very complex times, and we're probably going through some very complex emotions. So it's a time to take and sit back, look at those very, very carefully, and find out why they're happening, why they're going on. So take action in that tonight. So if you journal, if you do readings, if you do meditation, whatever it is, take time for that tonight, because that's where your focus really, really wants to. You really need to focus is getting the emotional baggage left behind. Yesterday was talking about not taking from the past and putting it into the future. I think tonight continues that energy. So emotionally, we are getting ourselves right, so we can start really, really manifesting. Now, remember, we had those little neon signs this afternoon that says the stuff that you're manifesting is there. It's there. So now this is clearing the way to actually really, really have it right there in front of your face, having it manifest. So keep going. You're doing a great job. So anyway, the last card that came up, again, we have two portals that come up today. And those are like movement. They signify movement, that we're going through stuff. So going into the weekend, there's a lot of energy movement for new things to happen, new ways to create, new ways to manifest. So keep that in mind, and be contemplative. Be vocal today. Be out there communicating what you want, what you need. A lot of us that say that we're psychic, we're not mind readers. So we have to keep that in mind. So when you are out there today, make sure that you're telling people what you're good at. Make sure you're telling people who you are, what you stand for, what your journey is about, because you never know who you're going to come up to, okay, that you're going to be their inspiration for the day. So make sure that throat chakra is working for you today as well. So I really appreciate you tuning in today. I'm Matthew Pierce from A Love Awakening. You can check out our website at aloveawakening.com. Lisa is working on some amazing things. She just showed me another piece that she is working on, kind of getting it ready to go. I'm jealous. Her stuff is just fantastic. I'm going to try to convince her. Fingers crossed. I'm going to try to convince her to one of these days, give us a piece that we can give away online for those people that sign up on our website. You can go and you can register for our newsletter. We'll be giving out inspirational stuff, teachings, giveaways, things of that nature. So make sure that you're signing up, aloveawakening.com. Sign up for our newsletter, and I guess that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate it. Love you all, and have a fantastic day. Bye.